Yeah. I've got this feeling that I get to you, and I'm.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ntsei-Sky with this guy, so flat continent, aka Petty Cash, Petty Money, Petty Cash. And today I'm with my mom. Say hi, mom.
Hey.
Today I want us to talk about like parenting adults and what it's like being a child but not being a child. So the first question is, what is it like parenting adults? Oh, by the way, I have an older brother. Like, some people actually think I'm an only child. I have an older brother, so it's the both of us at home. So what's it like parenting like adults as compared to like when we were young?
Well, it's a challenge because you know how different you and your brother are.
Yeah.
So there's no recipe for that. Because even as we were growing up, your needs from us, your dad and I, were different, and they still are very different.
Yeah.
Even now, so there's no one cap fits all kind of strategy that we are applying, and you are training us on how to parent you, because we move by the cues that you give us. So that which works with you doesn't work with your brother.
But that's the thing. Not a lot of parents, I don't think, like, how I feel. I don't think parents understand that you guys are parenting us via the cues that we're giving you. Some parents want to tell us that what they're saying, we're going with that. And unlike what you're explaining now.
Yeah, in most cases, we parent you based on how we were parented. Because that which produced me are the recipes that my parents,
used,
apply with me, and, turning me out to be this kind of a parent.
A great mom.
But do you think I'm a great mom?
Okay, I think so. I am. Of course, yo guys, no matter how much I can talk about parents on the internet, guys, I'm the best parents. Shame.
And I remember the other day you were saying to me, Mom, but you can't expect that for the fact that you were raised a certain way, I must also, be raised that way, because you guys give us your own opinions. You tell us that, no, Mom, that will not work with me. I cannot accept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the fact that you speak you speak to me, I'm not supposed to answer back. It's very, it's oppressive.
Yeah.
And you need to allow me to say my mind. Unlike your brother will
very quiet.
He'll
just accept.
He will just listen to the lecture that we are giving, and he will just, sit there like a log. Like a log.
Like, just okay.
And he gives you vibes like
he's listening.
I understand, I get your point, but he's not going to do that which you are telling him. That's very frustrating.
Me and my brother are both very, very stubborn. Yeah. Very, very stubborn. So
he doesn't say anything, he just listens.
But he won't do it.
And then you would see facially that he doesn't actually take the nonsense. Whereas with you just tell it straight to say no, Mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So
that's just not what I'm
going. You are an extrovert.
Yeah, I think now I growing up, I got to a point where I just realized that, guys, you see how my brother is, the way he can just sit and listen to the lecture. I can't, especially if I don't agree. I'm a firm believer that we must have a dialogue. If you feel like there's certain things that you don't like, I should also be able to voice certain things that I don't like. I can't just be taking what you say as the gospel, because I know myself, I become very resentful, because I'm going to start thinking that my word or my thoughts, they don't matter to you, because you don't give me the chance to also explain what I didn't like. Then I just got to a point where I just started expressing myself, and I think it's done me a lot of favors. Hey, what's the best thing about like parenting adults?
Oh my goodness, the fact that we can talk about everything is quite uncomfortable for most parents, but in our home we talk about everything. And when I say
everything, we talk about everything.
Yeah, we talk everything. We talk money.
Yeah.
We talk the things that parents mostly hide.
Other day we were talking about like wills and funeral policies and what's gonna happen when someone dies. We need to organize, this isn't divided like that. You need to go and set up your will, and I don't think people talk about stuff like that because it's like a lot of parents believe it's not the children's business to know stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like that. We talk about everything with money, even the budget. Like in this case, Ntsei knows everything about the money. She knows how much comes in, she knows my salary. She knows where it goes, every cent.
How many policies we have.
How many policies, and whether medically they are covered, how, and how we pay electricity, who's paying for the bond, and everything, and they question to say, Mom, is this really the wise way of spending money? Do you have to be paying this? But we think that this debt must really go.
Especially me and my mom, we talk about stuff like that. Like, no, I think you shouldn't be paying for this. Like, I just got to a point where I just thought we shouldn't be paying the full DSTV, honestly, because we watch Netflix and all those other things, and we just keep the channels that we need. Then we cut down on costs like that. So at home, like, we have a very open and free relationship with our parents. I think that's like the nice thing about it. In your personal opinion, what do you think is like the biggest challenge for parents when it comes to like parenting their children? Like, what do you think a lot of parents like, how do they hit a brick wall when it comes to like parenting their adult children?
Well, accepting that your child is a replica of you as a parent.
Oh yes. Oh yes, my dear. You know exactly how I feel. Those mannerisms of you thinking that I am stubborn. Like I told you right now, me and my brother are stubborn people. But when we're stubborn, now it's going to be from the streets. Whereas we get this thing from daddy, actually. Daddy is someone that's so hard-headed. We get it from my dad. But when you're the parent at the time, you don't possibly think that these mannerisms come from you. You don't think you're the villain. So,
and we forget that our children do not necessarily take what we say. They actually watch what we do. And we forget that they've seen what we were
yes,
doing.
Me and Daddy were fighting the other day in the kitchen. We remember when you were talking about like the cleaning and stuff. So Daddy's like, oh, after you dish out, you mustn't leave like some things lying around on the counter. And you also know very well that Daddy, he's also untidy when he cooks. Like he leaves things lying around.
Yeah, so, by the way, talking about cooking, people are surprised that your dad cooks.
Oh yeah, you see that's the you see, that's the thing. Like,
I paint and I do the garden.
Like right now, my mom painted this wall, like this room that we're in. My mom just finished painting it.
And it's the difference is that you get to tell us when you are adults. When you are still young, really it's immaterial. But when you are now adults, you get to say, but have you really thought of the fact that I've seen this from you? And that's what it's a pill we can't swallow, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
We feel that we're being insulted.
That I understand, Shame. And I feel like, especially me, I give you guys such a hard time because we're always going back and forth. I'm like, no, but you did that last week. Doesn't make any sense.
You are a serious challenge,
I'm just trying to make this home better for everyone.
Sure, you always have an opinion.
I think that's one thing my parents can say they love and they hate about me. They love that I have an opinion, but they also hate that I have an opinion because sometimes you just want your child to be a child and just keep quiet and you just tell them what to do. But yeah, we have a very different kind of family. Like my mom said now that my dad is actually the one that cooks and then my mom is the one that does the paint, my mom does the garden, and that's simply because I would like to think that's how you and Daddy structure things to be like they just cornered when they got married that this is how things are gonna be. My dad doesn't like doing the garden, and my mom doesn't.
Because we used to fight a lot about me not cooking and all those kind of
being
things.
umama
And
wasekhaya.
I'm not wired like that. I grew up in a family of 4 boys, and I've always done the home chores, a whole lot of things that girls are trained to do at home. And when I grew up, I just hated the
idea of being in the kitchen the whole day.
Yeah, being in the kitchen, having to cook for everyone and cleaning, and I just hated that. And
she's the only my aunt came many years.
She's the last born. We are 6, so your aunt is the last born. And the rest are boys. So I had to clean up, to do everything. So I hated the housework so much, including cooking. And then I'm married, and then I have to be
umama wasekhaya
and go. It felt like slavery again,
Yeah.
So and my husband didn't understand that. To say, you know what, when you cook, when you cook, it's like, is there no other way you can cook meat except to boil it? You boiled it yesterday, today you boil it again. Don't you know you can also roast it or fry it? And I'm like, to be honest,
she just wants us to eat and get full.
I do this because I have to do it. So then we agree, because your dad actually he's a good cook.
Guys, my dad knows how to cook really,
so
really
he cooks,
well.
and then he hates
gardening because my dad is
anything that has to do with like
my dad is a firstborn. Like my dad is a firstborn, so he had to do all those things at home, doing the garden, and he just. It's not something that he likes. So, and it works out for everyone, because now my dad loves to cook and my mom loves to do things outside. You know what I mean? Like my mom likes painting, she likes gardening, planting flowers, taking out tiles, So then everyone is just doing what they love. So I think that works well for everyone. What's the best way to navigate this period, since adulthood is the longest hood we're going to be in? What do you think as parents is the best way to navigate this period? Because there was childhood and it's over, but now adulthood, it's till the grave.
The best way to navigate this is to go through it. Enjoy it, because it's not gonna last forever. Like childhood, we had to enjoy your being children. We enjoyed that, and now that you are adults, it's an experience for us as well. We've never had adult children. We've never had, and we are experimenting with you. So we're learning every day, and we get challenged. So the best way to navigate is to go through it, especially when it comes to your freedom.
I think a lot of parents have that problem with adult children, like the freedom part, understanding that you're old now. Sometimes you just want to go say shui at Waterland and come back at another hour.
Rules.
And it's still about rules, shame. I don't know, guys, my parents can be cool with everything, but coming back late is just not it. What's the most shocking thing you found out about your children?
That you have a YouTube channel.
Man, we can't still be stuck on this one. I really didn't expect.
You never told me. No, you never told me. I discovered from a family member that, we seen Ntsei on YouTube, and was like, where is that? Doing what? And then by the time I went in to check what's happening on your YouTube channel, you had so many videos, I couldn't believe it. Why didn't you tell me?
I was just I don't know what I was gonna say. Hey. Also because it was a spontaneous thing to start the channel, so I didn't think.
Have you never kept anything a secret from me?
That's the thing. You see,
I found it weird because you don't lie. You're one of the most honest person.
Yeah, you remember that video that I shot with Bokhunzi? Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a bad liar. I'm very honest with you, and I don't keep
that
secrets.
Is why I found it
very weird. Yeah, I think the only things I can say I kept from my mom was that I had a channel and that I had a boy.
You know, when it comes to the issue of boyfriend, that one, you actually lied. You lied. Because there was a delivery. Remember?
Yeah,
There was a delivery of chocolates and what, a whole lot of
lip gloss
things, stuff that was delivered here. And then suddenly, it was during lockdown.
It was during lockdown, like Boma level 4 or something.
Yeah,
there.
and then there's this basket that came with a whole lot of things. And she sneaked out and went to collect it at the gate, came in, and I was like, and then what is this? He said, no, it's a delivery, my delivery. And then I peeped in and I saw a whole lot of goodies in there.
And you ate one of my chocolates.
No, but I asked, where is this coming from? And then you said, no, it's a secret admirer. And then a secret admirer that knows that you drink, what is this?
Powerade.
Powerade and a whole lot of those chocolates that you like.
The Lind and everything.
I was like, no. But a secret admirer would not buy the things that you love necessarily, except if this is a person that really knows you. This is a boyfriend. Nah. And then because she can't lie, she's a poor liar.
Yeah, that was just kind of embarrassing. And then, especially because I was caught out on the lie. Like, it was so stupid, actually.
Liar.
Lost me. What's your parenting style when it comes to relationships?
Well, my parenting style is a godly style of parenting children.
Hallelujah.
There is only one style I believe it works. You need the help of the Holy Spirit. You need God's help there because these beings, human beings, are very complex.
You know what?
And we've never been to any school that teaches on how to parent children. It doesn't exist. Most of the parents, they are doing it by trial and error. So that is my style. I just check what the Word of God says
about relationships.
And I pray a lot about our life.
Yeah.
And I pray for you, and I pray for our family, and I seek God's wisdom in tackling some of the challenges we have with you guys.
Yeah.
So, and ultimately, that's how I get to know the right thing to do.
Yeah, I
think it's not prescribed anywhere. There's no manual except the word of the Bible. And you are actually very trusting that you can come to us and share your personal life with us. We know what's happening in your lives. We know where you are going with whom. So if you live here, we know that you left with Komani.
Yeah.
So then it's not a surprise. We know.
If
Chapo goes anywhere, he comes and say, Mom, Dad, I'm leaving and then I'm going to... he might not tell us where he's going, but he will tell us that he's gonna be with his girlfriend. So we know you're up and about.
Yeah, I'm
stories
spending the
and
day
all of
with
that.
Komani.
Yeah, so.
But I think sometimes you get jealous. Like yesterday, you're like, Komani must just pay for the amount of time.
Yeah, I say that, especially if I feel that you've gone too long, and I'm like, I get jealous.
But you're staying here with your man.
Yes, I am, but you are my daughter. I need time with you as well. So I can't be competing for your
time
attention
with
a boyfriend that you have.
Any advice for parents out there on parenting?
Pray for your children, because there was a time when you had to do the right things, raise them up in the ways of the Lord, so that those principles can be engraved on their hearts at a young age. And when they grow up, they make their own decisions, but you know that which was engrafted or engraved on them while they're still young will uphold them, so there's a time of talking and guiding and doing all of that. But when they grow old, then they become how can I put this? They get a lot of counselors out there, friends, associates, whatever, whoever they engage with. They pick up on a whole lot of other things that are happening out there. So, and that influences them. But what upholds them at the end of the day is the truth that was engraved upon their hearts at a young age. So you just continue. You cannot even decide for them whom they should date, who they should not date. Hey, that one is a thorn for most parents to pray and continue to love them,
Yeah. That's all. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you for having me.
Man.
I don't know if you'll invite me ever again.
Mom, you're my mom. Come on.